Hello everyone, and today we're going to learn something absolutely mind-blowing. We will reduce your blunders by 100% or 200% just right after this video. Don't believe me? Watch till the end. By the way, am I a good bullshitter? So to go viral, I need to become a good bullshitter. And this is not bullshit, by the way. I really will teach you how to reduce your blunders few times with this training. But I want to look like like a bullshitter because only bullshitters can succeed. Okay, well, objectives. Objectives, whatever you do. I took a few notes. That's why I wrote down. So you need to be very clear whatever what do you train with all of your exercises. You are solving puzzles, you're playing your puzzle race, you're playing your puzzle strips, you are playing your games. You clearly know which qualities you are developing, which skills you're training. Okay. So only if you clear on what are you training, it's growing. If not, if you don't know what you are doing, if you just stupidly, blindly play games one after another, and you don't clarify your goals. An example: I want to improve my time management. I want to put attack opponent on the clock. I want to make my decisions faster and make my opponent decisions more difficult. If you don't have clarity, I do that. I mean, basically, you just you're not focusing. It's still improving somehow, but few 100% less than if you are focusing. And if you are not focusing on improving something, you also train your basic patterns, automatic basic patterns, which are weak and sick, as I always say. Okay, so. And today we are focusing on something damn simple. We reduce blunders a few times. Yeah, it's possible. You don't believe me? Okay, so no need to believe me. Just train like this and it will work. So the question is, the pattern is, am I missing something? And the goal is training quick check balance between speed and accuracy. So we usually have decisions like from one side, we must play faster because we have limited time. From another side, we have accuracy. If we play too quick, we blunder something. And we need to balance all the time these two, because if we play too quick, we blunder it. If we play too slow, we go in the time trouble and blunder anyway. Okay, so the idea is to train yourself in this balance, like accuracy and speed. And after each simple move, you see simple move. An example, in this position, you see queen f7. Yes, it's checkmate. And you asking yourself, am I missing something? Like maybe there is something on diagonal, maybe there is something on the file. Not, yes. It looks now weird, but wait for a second. Yes. Okay, now in this position, I assume it's rook. My screen is not working. So you see rook f2 and and ask yourself, am I missing something? Maybe there is something, yeah, on diagonals, or maybe there is something, but not missing. Okay, so you can do it quicker. So now you see quickly this one. Am I missing something? Maybe there is something, or not. You see not missing. Now it's still for most of you doesn't make any sense. Continue. Now again, you see checkmate in one. Am I missing something? Probably not. Now queen h2 is checkmate. Am I missing something? Probably not. But you train yourself to ask this question all the time. Each time you train this pattern. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Like a parrot. Okay, rook f5 obviously takes king f6, king e5. Am I missing something? Oh, maybe there is a position king g3, king f3, but king takes king g5 and we have extra tempo. So we check, we quickly checked. Yes, it's fine. Also f6, king f4. Maybe I actually missed something. There is a position and yeah, eventually king is 6 f5, king f6, king g5, king h5, king g6, 20. But maybe I missed something. Okay, so in this position, obviously just play king c5, king b4, and win the game. Am I missing something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 4. Plus 4, yes. 5 plus 4, 9, and there is 1, 2, 3 plus it's 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5. 1, 2, 3, 8 plus 5, and there is some check if he play king d7. So 8 against 9. Wait. 1, 2, 3 plus 5, 8. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's 10. And we can sacrifice and promote this pawn. And if he takes this pawn, we simply it's simply to solve the king is self-blockading. And am I missing something? Again, asking the question, which also possibilities? Maybe something h5, h4. There is sometimes stalemates, but it's too far. Like put pawn on h5 and this pawn g8, and if I take queen g8 with the king on h6, it's stalemate. But this structure is too slow for this situation. Okay, we just move there. Okay, continue. In this position, it's obviously rook g7, rook's hanging, but we cannot defend the rook. And the question is again, am I missing something? Maybe there is somewhere trick, like can he attack the queen or give some check? You quickly check. You don't play immediately. Like you, if you're training your speed, like you set your objective. I am training my speed. I want to move as quick as possible. Yes, in this case, you simply as quick as possible play queen g7. But if you train blunders preventing and accuracy and speed balance, you need to ask yourself question, am I missing something? You train yourself to ask this question, am I missing something? Maybe there is the way to defend the rook somehow. Maybe there is something after capturing. Maybe he takes the queen and there is some possibility to play f6 and create some threats. G2 is hanging. Yeah, maybe somewhere check a stalemate, but there is obviously nothing. Yeah, and take this. Am I missing something again? Check it, and I don't see any trick, so take it. Take it more, you can even take it a little bit more carefully with saving simply doubts. Like maybe I still missing something. Yes, it will prevent blunders. I mean, you if you train like this, you will reduce blunders a few 100% after I guess by a few 100% by I guess each time if you apply it. Yes, and yeah, so continue training. Obviously, we need to keep king more active and attack with pawns. And after king g2 is most likely zugzwang with a4. And we take this pawn, and then this pawn is also weak. It has to be winning. Am I missing something? Maybe there is some counterplay with a 5. It's not realistic. Maybe there is some pawn breaks. Or pawn breakthrough. It's also not very realistic. So it's most likely just this. And then this pawn is failing, and we take this pawn and win the game. Okay. What possibly I also can miss here? Let's say a4. Yeah, maybe b4, a4, c4 ideas. A4. A4. Always check all pawn breaks. I can miss it at 5 before a4, c4. An example, king h4. If there is possibility to create some imbalance like a4, a b, c, b, b3, c4 breakthrough, and there is check at the end, it can become dangerous. Like, but in this case, we obviously can just take and prevent all of that. Yeah, but this possibility, we need to check it. Okay, play this, and he plays king e4, which is where 1, 2. plus 3 plus 5. 8, 1, 2, 3 plus 4, 7. This is I don't like, but we obviously can come back to g4, yes. But this is something I missed, by the way. King e4, king h3, king e5, king g4. And it's not 100% obvious, by the way. King e5, king h2. Yeah, king h2, of course. And if king h6, to stick to this pawn, and it's a simple win. Yeah. Oh, he traces, but then we take this and run here faster. Okay. But still useful to ask questions. Am I missing something? Like knight f2, 322. Still can ask question. Am I missing something? Maybe there is some escape, but there is not. But you still keep asking. To train, the more you move deeper, is the more obvious. Of course, you see this. Maybe am I missing something? Can you take a position like king d5, knight f4, gf, king f4, king h6, king d5? He cannot take a position. But king h6 is winning. So we quickly check it. Then here, what is the point? There has to be some checkmate at the. What is the main point? Right? Oh, there is fork. Yeah, yeah. Am I missing something? Like maybe he can move somewhere else, or not only f7. And the most important, you check after that, after capturing. Maybe there is somewhere tactics. Yeah, attacking. The queen or trapping the knight, but it seems not. But you check, am I missing something? You train this pattern like the part. Till it will become your second nature absolutely. And it won't take long time if you ask yourself in hundreds of positions or thousands. So there is the fork candidate idea. He has check. King can go with 68. And he has passed pawn, by the way, but this pawn is too quick. Yeah, and king is in danger. And also checkmate's ideas. Yeah. What's his defensive trick? Am I missing something? What he does? What would I play if I were my opponent? Yeah, I obviously would try to push this pawn. Yeah, but it can't work. Yeah. Okay, so let's play it. Oh, six of trees. Just over. Okay. Here again we see the win is most likely rook e6, e7, and then checkmate ideas on the c7, and he has to sacrifice the queen. But then what, am I missing something? Simple. C6, yes, c6, c2, a8 under attack. And we have too much pawns. Yeah. So rook e6 is winning, but am I missing something? Like maybe he can play king d7? No, rook e7, the same idea, c6, d6. So he has to sacrifice, and we play check, and take one on this. Okay, so again, the same pattern we ask ourselves question, like is still low rating. You understand more, like two hanging pieces, and when we see hanging piece king and hanging piece here, we immediately check the ways to the hanging pieces. There is fires and diagonals, and can we target both? So am I missing something after queen c6 g6? Is there any interferences on the diagonal? Is there anything after I take queen g6? Is there any tactics, like maybe he can still hold the position with the knight and three pawns against two bishops? Maybe. Is there something stronger than this? Oh, there is actually queen c6, bc5. Well, maybe at some point if she plays king g1, and then take additionally rook also and take g6, then it's absolutely winning because we have extra rook. Yeah, it's possibility. Also, what can I miss? Like he can obviously play queen f3, but then there is more ideas. And this diagonal is also good. Yes, and the rook f3, which is doesn't sound good. We can takes and takes, and yes, two bishops. I mean, has to win in this situation. d5 possibility to attack this, but it's obviously queen c6, queen c6, g6. But we check in interferences like rook f3, queen f3. We check in after I take queen g6. Maybe I'm missing something. We check in after king g1. There is bc5, something stronger than just capturing the bishop. I think queen c6, and he plays rook f3, and now we can take queen g6 because he's threatening checkmate, so we have no choice actually. We have extra piece. Okay, so here is also hanging piece on g4. Am I missing something? Like after we trade out everything? Maybe there is something, but it seems absolutely nothing. But at least you ask question, yeah. Like I assume soon we will have more interesting examples, like where I actually can blunder. So it's checkmate in one. Am I missing something? If I do anything, we quickly check. It's checkmate in two. Am I missing something? There is counter checkmate. Yeah, and here a good hanging piece always, and after knight f3, 24. Am I missing something? Like I'm winning the queen, but maybe there is some knight g5 ideas here. Nothing. So we quickly move to something more complex to give you more examples. Queen f3, but at d8 hangs. I obviously missing this. d5 attack and defense simultaneously. So am I missing something? Maybe there is some tricky defense and preferences. f3, bg2 doesn't work basically. f3, f4, escape to f2. So f3, I kind of like take this. Is this something stronger than queen d5? I don't think so. So he has f3, he has f4 candidates ideas. f4 is not good for h1, for h2. We have we can continue to attack. Oh, 22 mate also. Yeah. So f3 is probably the strongest move, and c2 hanging pawn, b2 hanging pawn, rook and queen defended. We have rook c8, and then queen f3. It has to be winning. Yeah. Am I missing something again? Queen d5, f3, rook c8. Can he attack the queen with c4? He can, but I don't have hanging pieces. Like rook is defended, bishop is defended. I can play queen d4. Queen d4 is the simplest way to win. And there is also after f3, bc4 also doesn't make sense. Like queen c4, queen b7, but queen d4 is always check. Yeah, always check. Maybe there is something stronger, but rook c8 is enough to win. Maybe there is some consequences of moves which stronger, but I assume he just doesn't go there. So queen b7, am I missing something? Not. Just ask yourself to this question till it will become a second nature. Here is obviously this idea. Am I missing something? Maybe there is some checkmate at the end. Maybe there is some interferences. Maybe there is some threats with the queen. Yes, I don't see it. We keep going. Then again, so in this position, what this hangs and this hangs. is obviously hanging piece, discover it. It's workable square, but it's don't see nothing special. There is also diagonal and with two pieces, and obviously queen b7 and the move a8 of 7 is under attack. Knight f7 is not correct because he will connect the rooks with knight e7, so seems like queen b7 only move. And am I missing something? b5, queen a8, king e7, yeah. And I'm up exchange, and I also can bring rook in and rook pinned. Looks like winning. Am I missing something simpler? No, I don't think so. Okay, move to the next example. Here is obviously one file, it's pinned. So b3, queen h5, and I'm missing something. First candidate idea, after b3, he can play queen h1. And my rook is not is blocked, so my screen is not working well. So yeah, I don't see this. And there is possibility like queen h5, rook g2, double rooks. It seems devastating. The bishop cut in this squares, and even if after rook e3 there is rook h2, rook g2 mate, and in Dorfer says rook e2, rook f2, which doesn't make sense. I will just take it. Knight f2 makes sense, could make sense, but there is no big rook issue. I simply take it here. I simply take and move to h7. Yeah. Am I missing something? Like b3, king h1, takes, rook g2. Yeah, I don't see interferences. I don't see like this doesn't work, and he cannot defend h2, and rooks are just this, and there is no background of knight f2. Okay. Something we could blunder, so we gotta fully check it. And by the way, you no need to rush after each move. After each move, you can ask yourself, am I missing something? Am I missing something here also? Am I missing something? Maybe there is checkmate, yeah? Maybe you still miss some tactics. So still keep checking all the time. The more you repeat this habit to check all the time, the better this pattern working automatically. Okay, here is obviously fork. And win the queen with the check next move, and we have two extra pieces. Am I missing something? Maybe there is checkmate in one. Maybe there is this one pinned. Maybe there is checkmate in two. Don't see it. So obviously 98, 96, and stay up two pieces. Yeah. Am I missing something? No checkmate in one? No. Okay, take the queen. Okay. Here we go. Again, so this one hangs, this one hangs. So there is double attack immediately. Am I missing something? Like if there is double attack, maybe there is double defense or something weird. bf3, queen c7, bd7 doesn't work. So defense this. I simply take the bishop, and some tricks like queen d5, but there is nothing to attack. Yeah, he can interfere, but he doesn't create counter attack. Okay, queen c6, and am I missing something? Take it. Okay, here is just hanging piece takes, and am I missing something? No, a hanging piece is also nothing. He can attack the bishop. I can move it. Okay, move to something more complex. Oh, I missed something. I missed bc4 and b2. Yeah, that's where the trap. Yeah, here is queen d5. I see it, but I actually missed bc4. Yeah, you see, this is blunder. By the way, this is blunder. You see, not enough, and this is something to calculate as a lose. So his idea is to checkmate on the back rank, and it's probably defendable by this way, but he can defend the rook, and there is one more check, but he can still move here. There is d6, and then this little geometry after c5. From c5, we take in f1, and we also playing rook f8. Am I missing something? So the idea is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I missing something? G3, rook takes f1. Interference, it doesn't work. 25, 25, 24, 24, rook f4 also doesn't work. Maybe at some point queen b6, no interferences here. I simply take. He cannot play king h1, he has to play here queen d6. King h3 maybe at some point. Queen d6 is already takes him back. Okay. Okay. And again, carefully check everything. Check. Am I missing something? Queen b6, queen h2, queen d6. And connect attack and defense. And queen c5. Okay. Boom. Okay, so and here, this is the queen. That's queen doesn't work also. What am I missing? Start from another point. Or why don't I see? So it's workable square. Yes, yes, or yes, yes. There is potential to open file, but this pawn is still on a7. C1 is weak, so it's any way to. C1, C2, where e3 is hanging piece. Yeah, or queen is always hanging piece because you can attack the queen with the horse, with the rook. So queen is always hanging piece, and here's just this trick. Am I missing something? Often you need to check sometimes, even if your opponent miss it. Sometimes the horse can be trapped, like maybe rook g1, and there is no knight g4, g2, c2, d5. So but there is h5 and g4 probably. Yeah. But sometimes even in these cases, you can lose the game because the horse can be trapped. This is something we often miss. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Yeah. Okay. So here is checkmate in 2. Am I missing something? Don't see. Okay, so here is down a rook, and so the king has scared to 7. Obviously, can play queen f5, g6 hangs, cannot play bf6, something that here bad may happen. But he can obviously play king e7. And what is the point? Takes rook g6, and what is the point? Like queen is hanging, and it has no good squares, like king, queen d7, let's say. Probably I can play king g5 and push king back, yes, to f7. And am I missing something simpler? Like maybe I miss some simple ideas, like take g6, candidate move 25, then g5, candidate move. Obviously, it's 25 looks still strongest. King e7, rook g6. I have issues here, but it seems like fine. There is some ideas with this. And if king b1, a2, king c2, a1 is still winning for white. There is some ideas with where can queen jump. It has multiple candidates moves. He can also counterattack, but it doesn't look correct because of like even knight f8. No, not f8, rook f8. Rook d6, rook f5. She also can come short up here. Rook f8. And queen g5, bf6 he has. So what am I missing, by the way? Let me think for a little. This is quite interesting. Also bf6, yes. Did I say it? Rook g6, rook e6. Perhaps knight g5 is leaving after king e7. But maybe not decisive also. Yeah, this is already interesting. I know computer, because it's rated puzzle, computer will give something simple like this and resign, but this is not this simple in reality. bf6. I have queen g6, knight g5, and g6 ideas. And this is already something to check. And after rook g6, rook e6, I have knight g5, rook g7. Even rook f6 at some point may make sense sometimes. Let's say rook g7, king e8. This rook's hanging, yeah. At very least, I can play rook g8 as someone to create. And it's just disaster. So queen e5, king e7, rook g6. What about material? I'm down a rook, yes. But queen hangs, d7, c7, b8, let's say b4. Do I have clear simple win? It's probably rook e6, queen d5, and queen c6, and everything is collapsing here. Yeah, everything, rook e6 and queen d5, and everything is collapsing. Am I missing something like queen e5, bf6? Let's say rook g6, pressure here. There is no issues with the king. He has to play rook e7, rook g7. And at very least, rook g8, rook a8, at very least pattern. It's winning. And this one, this one is idea rook e6, queen d5. I actually press queen d7, defending e6 square, which I did not notice. There is probably queen g5, king f7 only move. Right, this one is interesting. What am I missing? So candidates moves are queen g5. Rook g7 doesn't make sense. Yeah, obviously only check queen g5, which is good move. King f7, and what is the killing idea? Something like queen h5 with unavoidable discovery. Queen h5, she played king f7 back. h4 f7. Still looks not completely hopeless. I'm missing something simple. Like G6, he can take also. Yes, and play with two rooks versus queen. And if there is no clear, this pawn can become dangerous at some point. If there is not clear way, but knight and queen most likely checkmate if there is not strong counterplay, which I think is too slow. And queen defending this square. But okay, queen. The main issue this one, rook g6, queen d7. What should we do? I hope you already see the solution. Not just follows me. Queen g5, king f7. d7 f6, when the last moves. Can I win in the simplest? What is the simplest way to win? Like, let's refocus the mind. What is the simplest way to win? Seems like queen g5 is correct. f7. Queen h5, a little improvement, maybe. Queen e7. Queen h4. King f7. Not sure improvement. Yes, so I don't see how to proceed. 25 to f7. Yeah, this is by the way, often not that simple because computers simply don't go to the main line. And sometimes it's super tricky. Computer will play something weird, but queen f5, bf6, ops, king f5, king e7, queen g6, queen d7. Computer will play something weird, but this is, I guess, main line, which is quite tricky. Oh, I don't see queen f6 mate. Oh my gosh. Ay. Queen g5, rook g7 takes, king e6, queen f6 mate. Okay. I don't see something simple. Okay. This is, by the way, what am I missing? Very good question from both situations. Like, am I missing something simple? What am I missing? What is the simplest way? And there's just checkmate d7 blockade the queen. Okay. But as I said, computer won't go there, so queen f5 the first move or just 6. Okay, computer just did not continue. And so obviously rook f1 and rook hangs. Am I missing something simple? After takes, maybe there is some counterplay on the 7th rank. No, there is rook f7. Okay. Am I missing something simple? Maybe there is checkmate. If g3, rook f2, but he has queen g3 and no knight g4, no rook h1, rook takes h1. So it's most likely stake and take. Okay. And so on. I want to make this video short, but let's solve the last puzzle. This hangs. There is checkmate patterns. There is some tricks, counterplay, like if I take simply rook g4 and with idea of h7 and I'm missing something. f6 is forkable square, but it doesn't look right. How he can, there is double attack needed. Queen g7 doesn't work, I take, and even like this, and defend, he cannot defend if h4, h7, d4 simultaneously. f6, 7. Yeah, too many weaknesses, h7, h4, d4. What am I missing? What is even the point? Yeah, I don't see what am I missing, so we take, and he takes. Okay. Okay, so let's go. Let's finish with something like really to the point. What am I missing? So obviously this ball is just pushing. He breaking f3, h2, king g4, h1. Threatening. This what am I missing? Maybe some queens sacrificing here, and after queen g4, 2 queen h4. Maybe there is some fortress with rook on f6. Defending f4. Pawn d6 is drawn. Some point d7 or d6 is the threat. Rooks plus pawn on d7 is not weaker than the queen, to simplify it. So maybe there is the draw after this, but we can play rook g1. King f2, h2, so h3, king f3, rook g1, d6, h2, h1 with the check. So he has to bring the rook, like h3, king f3, rook g1. b6, just king f6, it doesn't work. So c6, h2, it doesn't work. If he brings the rook, a6, b6, c6, just h2, rook g1, okay. But the trick is possible trick h3, king f3. If I push h2, king g4, h1, d6, it has to be drawn. Oh, okay, we will check, by the way. We will check. Okay, so we go back. I can go back. Yeah, okay. Okay, it's another screen, most likely. Yes, I jumped to another screen. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, on this we just stop. Yes, I don't want to make it this video forever, but the pattern is very simple. So the pattern is to train the patterns. Like you always have objective. You clearly know. You train. You not only train quick decisions. Yes, you also train yourself to ask, "Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Am I missing something?" And then you move you move to more and more tricky situations. Like eventually you will see, wow, this question helps you a lot because you will miss a lot of things when puzzles will become more complex. Okay, but this one is this one, if you train it, it will reduce your blunders a few hundred percent. Even when you solve puzzles, you will notice it. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. And so my final pitch, and I charge $50 per hour, but 30 hours per hour till September. Also, now I'm trying to collect groups. It will be cheaper. Something like for the group is $10 per hour, but I want to train groups like 2 hours, one session, and at least 3 times per week. And this like we go from 1,500 to 2,000, or let's say from 2,000 or 2,000 to 2,300. And yeah, and we train with we really train like this one. An example is training like what I showed you. You set your goal, set your objective, you train it, you repeat it, becoming your second nature. You do it better and better. So that's real training. And if you take that just this pattern and you master it, you will see, wow, I mean, what I did before entire my life was quite stupid, yes. So this is what I call patterns transformation. Yes, you know your basic pattern is to rush or too slow, and you train yourself to find balance. Yes, train advanced pattern. Okay, and if you train like this, hundreds of patterns or thousands of patterns, you will become very strong player effortlessly. Thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to reach me out. Wish you Sok Sabai from Cambodia. Bye and be happy. Yeah.